This video is about the things you need to give up to live a successful life. There are 7 particularly important things that you need to remove and address in order to start living more successfully. Stay tuned. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education and entertainment. And if you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please subscribe and also hit the bell notification so you do not miss any of these videos. What exactly is a successful life? Being successful means accomplishing your desired goals, your dreams, something special. Success can also be obtaining a particular social status. For example, becoming a famous artist, a famous singer, rapper, or just a famous business person even, or just a personality. The dictionary definition of success actually is attaining wealth, attaining prosperity, and or the obtainment of fame. So in order to live a more successful life than you're currently living, there are certain sacrifices maybe you need to make in order to do so. Most people who have been successful in anything in their life have said that they've had to work extremely hard to get there. They've had to take good, calculated risks. And of course, they've had to continuously learn and educate themselves, in particularly even when they think they know everything. However, you also, as well as doing these positive things, you need to remove certain things that are most likely, without you realizing it, actually holding you back. For example, a top-class athlete cannot be in their best shape and win gold medals or be the best in their sport if they drink and smoked every day or even indulged in drugs. And a person who wants to fund a new startup or put a deposit on some real estate cannot do so if they are a gambling addict and they live for today and they spend beyond their means. I think you get the picture, right? However you define your success, whether it be fame, whether it be fortune, enough to retire, enough to start a business, a career change, a healthier body, a healthier relationship, a happier relationship in general, you too can do so with giving up the things that are making your desires, making your dreams, making your goals, making your success a little bit more challenging. I'm fortunate enough to have learned young what were the things to avoid to becoming a successful person. And I'll use personal examples along the way of this video which have helped me and hopefully can help you. I personally have always defined success to me as the following. Having your health. I mean, forget money for a second, but if you've got your health, you're the richest person on the planet. But of course, wealth is important too, but not to show off and to brag and to buy Rolexes and Ferraris, but having enough financial freedom to support the life you want and your family. And of course, a happy relationship. I mean, people are so superficial these days. Just having a good, happy, healthy relationship is a beautiful thing to experience. However, I was associating with things that were damaging my goals for my success. Regarding my health, I was a gambling addict, which took a tremendous toll on me mentally and physically. And I'm clean now, so no need to worry about that. And with my wealth and financial goals and well-being, a gambling addict and dreadful at managing my money actually hurt me badly and cost me success. And I've dated a few narcissists in my life, and believe you me, you will never be happy dating such a toxic individual, aka my goal of having a happy relationship. With that being said, I addressed all these areas. I cut out what I needed to do. I stopped doing these things, and my life has dramatically improved, and it's far more successful for what I want to achieve. So here are the 7 things you need to give up for you too to live a more successful life. Number 1, the illusion of control. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism states that you are only in true control of what is going on inside of you rather than what is going on outside of you. So Stoics are more centered in the internals, aka feelings, emotions, etc., than the externals. And that could be in anything from clothing to other people to money, you name it. So the thing Stoics control is how you react to situations, whether it be good, bad, positive, negative, your perspective on life, everything, your actual personality as well, your character, and of course, as what I've already mentioned, your emotions, whether you cry, whether you're happy, whether you're filled with rage or you're filled with joy. How somebody acts, what happens in the world, natural or unnaturally, when you think about it, are completely out of our control. Yet we are sort of brainwashed to believe we are in control of everything when really we're not. Sometimes we need to just master the art of letting go. All we can really do is think in our minds for the best and show up and do our very best. A tennis player may want to win a tournament, a Grand Slam, etc. But the Stoics believe that regardless of winning the trophy or not, it's not about the winning the trophy. And it's also not about the taking part. It's if they try their best. If that tennis player goes onto that court and tries their very best and they gave them their all, you know that they gave them, they know they gave their all, then they're successful. Learning this for me on a personal level eliminated a lot of problems that I had. I was very stressed out. I suffered from anxiety. And I also managed to improve my perspective and the way I viewed the world. Giving up the illusion of control, especially when it comes to other people, you can truly grab life by the horns and for the better by doing this. It's a pretty powerful technique. For example, let's say you've just been dumped. Well, dust yourself off and know it's a part of life. Nobody owes you anything, and it just happens. They've dumped you. At least you still got yourself. You were born into this world by yourself, and you'll go out of this world by yourself. Your business fails. Most businesses fail in the first 2 years. Start from the bottom and go again. Donald Trump was bankrupt twice, and whether you like him or not, so many other businessmen have actually failed and come again. You can do the same. You get rejected. Say you've asked somebody out. Say you've applied for that job. Keep going. Never, ever give up. None of this, if you think about it, is in your control. But what is in your control, however, is how you respond to the way life deals your hand or what situation it deals you. How you respond is what is in control. So give up the illusion that you're in control of everything, but you are in control of how you respond and how your mind perceives things as well. Number 2, wasting time. Procrastination is the killer of your success, the killer of your development, the killer of your achievement, and the killer of your goals and your dreams. Especially if you want to work for yourself and you want to be a self-made sort of person, wasting time is dangerous, my friend. Luckily for me, I have always been a self-motivated and very disciplined person, as I've worked for myself, and I've had the pleasure of working for myself for 12 years, and I've done it all by myself. If I do not do the work, it doesn't get done. It's that simple. So it's the same for you. If you're self-employed, if it's your business, if you're in charge, if you're the main person of your business, you don't do that work, you don't finish that assignment, you don't do that project, you don't help that client, it doesn't get done. You go on vacation, you waste time, you do things and mess around and you don't take it seriously, it's never going to get done. Here is a list of activities that are wasting your time and ultimately costing you a more successful life. Browsing on social media, waste of time, and literally going on social media. Now, if you've got a social media for your brand or business, it's a bit different. But if you're using it just for personal reasons, number one benefit of personal social media use is there is no benefit of personal social media use. Second thing is whinging, moaning. Oh, I didn't get the right start in life. Oh, I've been dealt a bad hand. Waste of time. Gossiping. Oh, did you hear about this person? Did you hear about that person? Yeah, gossiping is all well and good. It's all exciting. Oh, let me tell you about this. Let me tell you what I think of that. But what does it do for your success? It's a waste of time. Doing other people's work instead of yours. Are you too much of an empathetic person where, oh yeah, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Being indecisive. Saying yes to too many things and then you're overwhelmed. Going out to eat lunch all the time. Waste of time. You could be working for your lunch break. Do you really need a lunch break? Personal phone calls. Yeah. Oh my God, how are you? All the time when you should be working. Video games. Watching TV. Reading personal emails. Reading and catching up on the news. Who really likes the news at the moment? Going onto forums for things that have nothing to do with your success. And seeking arguments and seeking banter and just sort of like debating about politics and stuff. Successful people do not waste their time on trivial activities that do not suit their needs or the pursuit of their goals. Their boundaries are so strong that they are not afraid to say no to things that are not going to help them achieve their goals. So stop wasting your time from today. Number 3, not taking calculated risks. There is a big difference between taking a risk and taking a calculated risk. A risk can be anything. Let's just blow all our money on this. Let's just do this. It's just a risk. It's normally foolish. And I can use gambling as an example. At the roulette table, say you put all your money on black. Statistically speaking, you have a 50% chance of doubling your money. But that's risky. Why would you go all in on that? And I do not condone gambling. It's just an example. But say instead, a calculated risk is you took your money and you invested maybe 10% of that money you were going to put all on black into an index fund, into a stock, into a business, into a company, into some real estate. Over time, and I know we can be very impatient, that business, that real estate, that stock you invested in, that service, it can go up and up and up and start paying you back. So what is more, you will see an ROI, a return on investment, eventually, especially if you are smart, extremely patient, and have taken a calculated risk. My point being is you never take a well thought out calculated risk if you're foolish, you're impulsive, you're a little bit chasing the fast life. But also, if you don't take those calculated risks, you will be exactly where you are right now in 30 years' time or more. Or you might even find yourself in a worse position. If you don't take a calculated risk, you'll still earn the same amount of money or worse. You won't go for a promotion and that business or company may go under and you're a specialist in that and there's no other jobs similar to what you are currently doing. You won't start a business. You won't work for yourself. You won't do anything because you're just too afraid and you just, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take that calculated risk. You will be stale, and a life without growth and any sort of life like that is just not worth living. I'm not saying God forbid end it. I'm just saying it's boring. It's dull. There's no thing to look forward to in the morning. There's nothing because you're just doing the same thing and hoping for a different result. And as Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, but somehow expecting different results. Remember, if you never take a risk and you do what is easy, your life will always be hard. But if you do take the risk and do what is difficult, do what is challenging, do what is hard, your life will then end up being easier. Number 4, thinking way too short term. One thing that really grinds my gears, it upsets me so much about most people, is just how short term their thinking is When I mean short term, I mean they are literally not even thinking about tomorrow, let alone in a month's time, 6 months' time, a year's time, 5 years' time, 10 years' time. We live in a very let's live for today culture. Forget about tomorrow. The live for today culture has caused more debt, more depression, more homelessness, more just misery than ever before. People do not think about tomorrow. Like I said, they're thinking about today. They're thinking about the next 5 minutes. People do not save their money. They absolutely love blowing their money. They love going to the most expensive restaurants, getting themselves in credit card debt. They have to keep up with the Joneses. They have to overspend, have to overcompensate. People only want to just keep up with appearances, even if they can't afford it. I know people who have got no money, but they drive cars, wear watches, and live in places that they can't afford, and at any moment could all come crumbling down. People are also dreadfully impatient too. They don't want to grind. They don't want to work. I've got to wait 10 years to get a return? No, I ain't doing that. I want it now. I want it all. Look at everybody else on social media and I want it now. For example, they will often work on something for a few days or at most a couple of months and eventually give up because success has not fallen onto their laps. They're impatient. Well, that person on Instagram grew in 1 year and for me, I haven't grown in 5 minutes. Why is that? This type of thinking will damage your bank account. It will damage your development and leave you depressed and broke in the future, and possibly, if you're not careful, in the very, very near future too. So forget live for today and start thinking long term. Start making plans. Start keeping to those plans. Start saving more. Start investing wisely. Start growing in baby steps. Don't go 0 to 100 and start taking calculated risks. Look. I'm not Scrooge McDuck. I'm not saying live frugally and never spend money and store it all in a massive bin. But if you do the work now and save and expand your portfolio, I guarantee you success, because you're almost bargaining with your future self, which is thanking you right now. And I guarantee you do that, they will reward you, as in your future self will reward you for doing this. Start thinking long term. Stop thinking short term. Number 5, this is a big one. You need to stop making excuses if you want to start living a successful life. Look, you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but excuses are for the weak-minded. And as long as you keep making excuses, you will never live a successful life if you keep making them. I'm sorry to say this, but maybe you need to hear it. And if you're not quite sure what sort of excuses you're making, here are some very typical excuses you need to remove from your life ASAP. Some of these might not apply to you, but if you've made any of the following, make this the moment that you decide to never ever say these or something similar to this ever again. I'm too old. I just don't have the time. I won't finish it today. I'll finish it tomorrow. There's no point in me doing this because I'm just not good enough. I'm inexperienced. I'm way too young. If only I was born in that city or that country. Why was I born in the wrong area? I can't do it. I don't have enough money. I need way more money to do this. I don't have enough money. I love to do this. I'd love to start this, but I just can't afford it. Oh, well, don't get me wrong. I'd love to do this, but I'm pretty dumb. I'm not smart enough to try or do something like this. Gee, I wish I was able to do it, but I just don't have the support. I'd love to be successful and have a successful life. But let's be honest, I'm never going to make it. It's just not going to happen. I mean, that would be awesome to be successful, but it's all about networking and all about contacts, and I just don't have the contacts. Listen here, friend. Excuses will always be there for you, no matter what. Opportunity, however, will not. Number 6. Negative and toxic people. Remember this quote. Nobody, I swear to you, throughout the history of mankind, nobody and nowhere is there ever been a statue built of a negative person. Really let that sink in. Nobody ever built a statue of a negative person. AKA, nobody ever remembered them. Nobody ever wanted to remember them. In fact, the sooner they were forgotten, the better. Negative and toxic people will hold you back. They will bring you down and sabotage your success. And this whole video, this whole subject is about you living a successful life. Look, I'm dead serious. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will become a negative person. I will repeat that so it really sinks in. If you surround yourself with negative people, you will become a negative person. And life is not worth it being around such boring, energy draining vampires. Okay? You will never have a successful relationship, working, living, socializing, or dating a negative person. Believe you me, they will find a way to rain on your parade. They will find a way to make what you're happy about worse. They will find a way to bring you down. I personally can't even socialize with such people because I am a go-getter. I'm a positive person. I'm somebody who has huge goals, wants to achieve them. I want a successful life too. So why on earth would I waste my time, waste my life, waste my energy with somebody who thinks the complete opposite and their sole aim is to bring me down? Look, guys, please stay away. Please remove. Please break up with. Please walk away from the negative person or people in your lives today. I guarantee you 100% your life will be more successful if you do so. You will think out of the box. You'll start to think clearer. You'll have the confidence to achieve your goals. You'll have the motivation to do it as well. You just got to have the strength to be able to do it. I owe all my success to not just my own hard work, which I mentioned, but also having the strength and the resilience to remove the bad, the negative, the toxic people in and out of my family as well when I needed to go to that next level. You can do it too. And finally, number 7, indulging in toxic habits. Unfortunately, there are certain toxic habits you may be participating in on a regular basis that are causing enormous damage to your well-being, your health, your mind, your productivity. So ultimately, it's costing you your success. You're not able to live a more successful life. Remember, the better you feel, the better you are in working hard to stay focused, to pursue your goals, to do the impossible, to overcome challenges, and like I said, live a successful life. Toxic habits you need to give up to live a more successful life include excessive eating, excessive smoking, gambling of any kind, lying, cheating, stealing, thief, crime, adultery, constantly comparing yourself to others, dwelling in past failures, past mistakes, beating yourself up about it, constantly constantly criticizing yourself, never exercising, not even going for a walk, and finally gossiping. Look, I promise you, if you've stuck with me to the end of this video, if you give up all I have suggested, I promise you, and I guarantee you will live a far more successful life. Thanks for watching.